Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's off-topic discussion, I thought I would explain some jobs that are for adults with autism. Now, it is common that autistic individuals struggle with jobs and they can't hold down jobs. I just want to say that it's not you, it's just the job market. The environment is not for you. We don't have enough autism-friendly workplaces. So this blog post that I wrote will give you guys some information on jobs that you can go for. But from my thinking, I think it's best that you start your own thing because it's just really tough to find a 100% autism-friendly workplace, and to save you the stress from constantly being fired and quitting. It's just best just to do your own thing. So the one job that I have on the board is freelance work, and I am following along with an article that I've written. It's a lot easier for me to script off my blog than to just be like, what should I say next? So freelance work. Freelancing, it's in the name, where you're free to do whatever you want, whether you want to be a freelance editor, you want to be a freelance artist, you want to be a freelance composer, you can do whatever, and then you can pick your own hours, your own schedule, your own rates, your own flow. You're free to do whatever you want. That's why they call it freelance, because you're free. You can spread your wings and fly. And the one thing that us autistic adults struggle with is interviews. But if you're a freelancer, you don't have to worry about interviews. Want to be a freelance editor? All you got to do is this. Post on Twitter saying, hey, if you're looking for an editor, I'm your gal, and then link samples of your work on your portfolio, say Instagram, Twitter, and I might start posting clips of my videos on Instagram because I want to get into freelance editing, by the way, and then that's it. No interviews or nothing. And then you had time to think about what you want to say before you say it. And you won't have that time at an interview. Animal related jobs. Now, a lot of us have support animals. So I think if you work at an animal shelter, or maybe you're a vet assistant, I don't even know if that's a thing, then the animal could be your calming mechanism. And I admit, I struggle with people. But I've always been a dog person, cat person since day one. More dogs liked me than people. When I was the most hated person in high school, I'm exaggerating, but a lot of people didn't like me. Guess who liked me more? Doggos. So you see what I'm saying? See if your local animal shelter is hiring some assistants, or see if your local vet clinic is looking for some help, or starting a dog walking business or dog sitting business. There you go. Revolving around technology jobs. I admit, I've been a tech guru since forever. There's still some things that I don't know, but I'm saying in regards to like working a computer. For instance, I bricked my own computer and managed to get it working by factory resetting it. But to do so was a bit challenging, but I did it. So maybe you could start your own computer repair service. And I feel because most of us autistics are visual learners, we can understand your situation if we can actually see it. If someone calls you and says, hey, my laptop is slow, you have to see what's wrong with their laptop anyway to tell them what's wrong. Then you just ask them a few questions and say, well, I'm going to give you the cruise control so I can take a look at your computer. And then you look at their computer and be like, well, here's your problem. This is why your laptop is slow. You see? Librarian. I put librarian on the list because libraries are quiet. And that's what most of us need. Most of us melt down when we are in a setting that's loud and obnoxious. Think about a city with people honking their horns and sirens and people yelling at you to get off the sidewalk. That is like how our brains are when we're in a crowded space. But if you are a librarian, you ain't got to worry about that. And we have issues with memory and keeping track of things. So if someone comes to your library and says, hey, do you have the book, The Bird That Can Fly, and then the librarian just look it up in the computer and say, oh, it's in this section. You don't have to memorize the library. Uber driver, Lyft driver, I put this because you can have your own schedule and you don't have to memorize every inch of your country or city. You can just GPS where the person wants to go. Or if you know by heart the town, then there you go. And I think I've never done Ubering, or I don't know anything about it, but I think if somebody calls you, then that's when you work. But in case that's the thing, I can recommend you find a backup income source in case you go a while without anybody calling you for a ride. And here's the thing, with an Uber driver, you can use your own car. All you need is a valid license, valid insurance. I think you have to have your license for at least a year. So if you've had your license for at least a year or 2 years and you have valid insurance in your own car, you're good to go. And there are some other jobs that I listed. Anything within your interest, graphic designer, web designer, programming, mechanic. I especially pick mechanic because, again, it's a profession where we have to see what the problem is first. If someone says, my car is making noises, you have to see what's wrong with that car to find out where the noises are coming from, right? You know? So that's why I picked especially visual jobs, because that's how some of us learn. But it all depends on you. So if there's anything that I missed, then you can tell me in the comments. I also put acting because in most cases, the director will show you how he wants you to say the lines. He'll show you. And in acting, they do a table read first. So suppose if you come across a word you can't pronounce, you have time to learn that word. Yeah, because in acting, they give you time to learn your lines first before you record. And that's what we need, time. You know, nothing is rushed. But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments down below. And most of my autism videos will be done in this fashion. I just want to stand out from the crowd, from most people who talk about autism. And I'd rather have the Speedart in the background to give you something to look at. So in case I go over the rainbow, then at least you got something to look at in the background versus just looking at my face. Because I think just looking at my face will bore you. But having something to look at in the background might be a little relaxing for you. That's why I combined it. So make sure you subscribe for more and turn on the bell icon so you know when I'm posting. And I will see y'all next time. And assuming Kappa hasn't nuked this channel to the ground, I will be back.